Hi. Hi. So for this assignment, I've decided to look at the way triangle moves to circle and then into square in my practice of massage therapy. And I've had a couple of months to really contemplate it, which has been great. And I noted at first I thought triangle was just the way I energetically approached and physically approached my client. And then I started to realize that triangle includes the setting up of the appointment. It includes my studio. It includes the beauty and maybe the lack of beauty that my studio encompasses. It includes the temperature. It includes the cleanliness and basically the environment that I essentially extend myself into and toward the client when they come into my space. And I apologize for the traffic. And so then after the client has come in and has settled onto the table, triangle then includes how I am in my energy. And sometimes the energy isn't pure, like maybe I'm distracted or maybe I'm wanting to like really fix the client, and that can actually obstruct movement towards square. So I've had to notice like, oh, check in. How am I approaching my client? Am I pure? Am I clean? Am I offering the skills that I've developed without any ego, essentially? And I've noticed that when that's the case, the therapy is probably more effective. Whether it's more effective or not, it feels better for me as a practitioner. And then circle happens when I meet the other person's energy. Whether that means like sitting and talking to the client for a moment, because I realize they need to have more information about what massage is, what they're getting into, how many clothes they need to take off. And then it's also feeling the client's body and actually if they want music or not, like what type of environment does this specific client want. And then circle includes the moment when I touch the body. And then I often have noticed that I have to back up and go triangle. How am I approaching the body? How am I listening to the body? And circle is listening to the body, feeling where the openness and the constriction is within a client's body. And I found that when I go to places of tension, I really need to find out where I am in triangle. And the more clarity I have in triangle, the better I am at circle, the better I am at blending and actually moving with the client's energy and moving with their body, actually. And then square has actually been elusive to me. And I want to say, oh, I've had all these months, well, weeks to study this, and I know what square looks like. And I actually could not quite put my finger on exactly what square is. But I noticed, I think that, I'm sorry again about the traffic, that square seems to happen quite simultaneously with triangle and circle. It happens quite immediately. And I've come to this curiosity, because I don't know it's quite a conclusion, that I go triangle, approach, feel, which would be circle and blend, and then treat. And I think square is the treatment. So then I feel the client's tissue and I make a decision of what to do. Do I need to light and touch and go into a more craniosacral type of healing modality, or do I need to really dig in and use like deep tissue or myofascial release techniques? And then it's always I've noticed this navigation between triangle to square, if I'm understanding square correctly, of like, oh, well, now I'm in a new part on the body, and now I may need to go back to triangle, feel, circle, and then treat square. And then I also have noticed that square is also part of the end of the session, how I finalize, if I do closing touches or compression or maybe just a gentle hand, and what I say, and then also the payment. And when I'm paid or have traded with my client, that ends our thing, our contract, or our session. So I offer the massage, the client takes the massage, and then they put up their and then I have a boundary, which is that I would like to receive payment, and then the client meets me at that boundary and pays me for the work that's been done. And I noticed that time after time I would go, oh, this is circle, this is square, this is triangle. But then I also noticed that it's actually contemplating massage therapy or body work actually through the model of triangle, circle, square is actually probably going to be a lifelong practice. Okay, thank you.